Okay, so sorry about that, guys. I was cut off in my last video. But let me get back to what I was saying about that blonde girl. She can't be Ashley because if you look at Resident Evil 4 pictures of Ashley and then look at this new girl, although they look alike, there's obvious differences between them. Like Ashley, even though she was an adult, she was still mature. I mean, college student or not, she still had her immature moments, especially at the ending, wanting to go overtime with Leon, if you know what the subtext meaning was. But and then there's the fact that she was complaining a lot. Even though she was like, yeah, watch out for me, she acted mature. No, she wasn't that mature. This new blonde girl also seems to know about medical products or pharmaceutical equipment, and that leads me to believe that it could be Sherry or it could be Rebecca, because Rebecca was Bravo Team's medic in Resident Evil 0 and 1. And if you look at Rebecca, it looks like the girl too. Like it's a good match. So Rebecca could have dyed her hair. Um, she's older now, but she could still look young. So, but I don't think it's Rebecca either because this girl looked like she was younger than Rebecca. I mean, take a look at the picture again of her, and then there's Sherry right there. So you can see that, maybe not with this. Hold on, let me turn that off. And let me turn this off. I'm gonna try making the picture as visible as I can. You can look it up on this picture up on IGN, but you can obviously see that this is Sherry, and what she looked like in September of '98 when Resident Evil 2 took place. And then there's the new girl. Like her eyes, they look like Sherry's blue because Ashley had orange colored eyes. If you look at screenshots from Resident Evil 4 with her face on them. Sherry also had blonde hair because let's not forget that her parents were umbrella scientists. One had brown hair and one had blonde hair. So, could Sherry's hair could have changed over time? Maybe. Or could she have dyed it? Maybe. Maybe even cut it a little bit, change the style of how it was then compared to now. Yeah, and she would be 22 now because remember this is 10 years later, so she's definitely not a little girl anymore. Um, all that has to be taken into consideration when trying to figure out who a certain character is. And yeah, she could sound like Ashley, but as you saw in part 1 of my video breakdown, the government had her, so could the president have adopted her? Could he have treated her as his own child and put her through schooling and everything? Oh yeah, definitely. But Sherry probably could have done like her parents and got involved with viral research and pharmaceuticals. Because in the trailer the girl says, "I'm not letting anything happen to you, the world needs you," which implies that she knows something. I mean, she's even seen injecting the guy with serum. He says just his blood, but she says the world needs you as if she knows more than just he's a mercenary. So she could easily be looking into this, especially since her parents had involvement. That makes her seem likely to be Sherry because it's knowing how a family runs sometimes, especially when you're talking about a story of a family that has a dark history. She might somehow have to carry on the legacy because talk about another game for a minute, Metal Gear Solid. We have Otacon, who is also known as Hal Emmerich, um, and his sister Emma Emmerich. They were both involved with Metal Gear, so it would. That's another thing. I mean, I like to bring hard facts about things that are existing, so that it doesn't seem like I'm just making a random assumption. I have to. So that's why it's good to have some type of evidence or at least reference point to back your belief up. And that's my reason for all these pictures and everything, because I don't like just throwing out random words. I like to have things that help back up what I'm trying to say. So I doubt that I know that that's not Ashley. It could sound like her. It could even be her same voice actor, but it cannot be her character-wise, because I doubt she could change her eye color magically. Unless she's wearing contacts, which I doubt because her eyes seemed fine in Resident Evil 4. And then I doubt Ashley would want to cut her hair to look like that. Because Ashley, if you look at her pictures in Resident Evil 4, she has bangs that don't do that. Like, here's her bangs. They don't really stand out like that to where they curve to the side and all that. So I doubt that's her. Because even hair gel wouldn't hold up her hair that long to look like that. So there's no way that could be her. Not only that, if you look at this girl's face, Sherry, look at her face, they almost match. So you really have to stop and think here, like, wait, is this Sherry? Or is this Rebecca? It definitely can't be Ashley. Because, well, IGN says it was exclusive news to them. Other sources haven't really said it, but people keep throwing out there, oh, IGN says Sherry, but this site says Ashley. This site says Ashley. No one else has given a character name but IGN so far. And, well, looking at the Birkin family history, I would think that it is Sherry. And the fact that Capcom does have a habit, like someone had posted on one of the videos, they posted a comment saying Capcom does have a habit of bringing up scrapped ideas in new projects, so maybe Sherry did pop up again, like she was supposed to originally, but to help end it, because yeah, it's the final battle, and they usually have one senior character paired with a new character, so Ashley's not so much of a senior character. I mean, yeah, she was in 4, but other than that, Leon had to rescue her. She didn't seem like much of the fighter type, and this girl seems like a fighter. So you really have to think about that, and anyway, that ends my opinion, my thoughts on why I think the girl could be Sherry. Because I'm sure this ain't Ashley. Because yeah, they throw you off with the voice and stuff, but I'm definitely sure that it can't be her. It just can't be, because I would figure she's protected by Secret Service detail, just like the president. I mean, you see president movies or movies that have of course, a fictional U.S. president, but anytime that there's a daughter involved of the president, she's usually heavily guarded too. And this girl is not guarded in any sense, so it can't be her. Anyway, that concludes my video. Post comments, let me know what you think. I thought I'd make a video since everyone else is posting their thought videos about Resident Evil 6, and each of the 3 scenarios I noticed has a different element. Like Leon's was horror, Chris was action. I think the new guy and this girl will be survival, because it didn't look like they had weapons and they were spending more time trying to get away from monsters rather than fight. So yeah. Anyway, post, rate,